Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in DayZ for the console. We are anxiously awaiting the console version DayZ 1.04. I am currently playing in 1.02, covering some of the things that we have learned from 1.04 on the PC, as we've been playing it for almost a month now. And I wanted to share some of the things that maybe some people haven't done yet, and that are going to be very, very useful in DayZ 1.04 for the console. So hopefully, I'm recording this on Monday. Today is the 5th of August, I believe, 2019. Hopefully, when this video is published, we are playing actively on the console version, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, DayZ version 104. Oh my goodness. We've been playing it for a hot minute over on the PC, and I'm loving it the more and more I play it, and we just cannot wait for this over on the console. So I thought we'd cover some of the things that we've touched base on, or at least have picked up. So one thing primarily are, and you've heard me cover this many, many times before, are the fact that server hopping has changed loot tables in general, the way things are done. Bases actually mean something. People can't just spawn in behind you, so it changes a lot of things. So you're going to have provisions, food, water, especially if you've got one or more people in your team, so you want to make sure that they're staying fed, because you can definitely starve out, you can get sick, or even when you get sick, you can lose some of those food status that you've worked so hard to build up on. Anyways, we're out here in the middle of pretty much nowhere, and I thought we would do a little bit of gardening if you haven't seen it before. Okay, so first things first, there are some things in the garden that do produce offspring or seeds, and there's other things that do not. I typically find seeds in the general store in town or in these hunter stands. Also, Winchesters could spawn here as well. And the picnic tables can sometimes have different types of seeds. Almost every time you see a seed, you almost always want to pick it up. It's only one slot. It's very, very light. It's definitely worth it. Even if you're not going to do gardening right away, you'll be glad that you have a surplus of these later when you do decide to go ham on it. I mean, even with us having 3-4 people, having a source of food that you can kind of maintain without having to go loot zombies or do anything a little bit more risky or high risk, it's definitely worth it. So, okay, let's see. I do have a few things, obviously, because loot is so plentiful right now in DayZ 102. But this all still pertains to DayZ 104 as well, as there were not very many changes. Oh, I should say, yeah, seeds can also spawn on these picnic tables as well. They should be marked on a third-party map. I have said this many times, but if you don't have a basic map, be sure to get some type of interactive map. We do have a static map in the Discord. Again, that's in the description below. You can download that as an image. But this is very, very basic, very, very general. We can just show you big areas and not like specific things or spawn locations. So it's a nice start to maybe coordinate a little bit, but for the most part, if you're talking about anything beyond that, you're really going to want an interactive map. DayZ Central, I think DayZ TV does one. The one we use is, what is it called? iSurvive with an I. Anyways, okay. So you don't need much. You definitely need a shovel. As you've already heard, the shovel is used for pretty much everything, and this is no exception. Now, we're going to take one of our seeds. I think the seeds we already have are these pumpkin seeds? Tomato seeds. Okay, cool. Really, you just need some water and a shovel and some seeds, and you're pretty much off to the races. So once you have the shovel, I'm going to come over here and drop this bad boy. And I just hit right trigger, and then it asks me if I want to create a plot. I'm sure some people, or most people, have tried this already. And then when you get this, you're like, what do I do now? This creates 9 slots that you can place seeds on top of. And then you can water it from there. Now, there's a couple different options, and I'm not 100% sure if it is effective in 104. Just like there's car parts for, what is this, 102 and 104, but they don't necessarily do anything yet. I think it does speed up the growth rate, but you don't need compost or plant food necessarily. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the tomato seeds and I'm placing them in each slot. So there should be 9 of these. It's a little difficult to see. If you go on top and hit the, what is this, the vicinity tool, double square, or touchpad on the console, that seems like a lot more than... Am I crazy? Is that 9? That is 9. Wow, why does it seem like a lot more? Once you have the plot down and you've placed seeds in there, and you can mix and match totally, You can then go around with a source of water. In this case, we're going to use something that has a pour spout, and we're just going to use a plastic bottle. And you should be able to go around and water these. The water does not have to be purified. What's cool with some of these, you'll see a stick that comes out. Some of them, they just look like a little wet patch there, like the dirt. There we go. And it looks like we used almost half of the plastic water bottle. These do grow rather quickly. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to water. Do it! I find that certain seeds have a tendency to do better than others. Yeah, if I didn't put enough water, it didn't turn into a stick in the ground. And they do grow crazy fast. The fertilizer does still in version 102 speed grow things. I like to use a jerry can because it's so big. And once you use all the gasoline, it does make a lot of sense. Yeah, actually, was the water bottle even enough to finish that off? I don't think it was. Alright, we're just going to switch to the jerry can. It's so much beefier. And this way, if you stagger your different plots, you can have harvesting, planting kind of rotated a little bit. So when your people come in, they're not just going to go and blast through your crops. You want to make sure people are replenishing whenever they can. The jerry can. Honestly, we take a jerry can with us if we have a big group, fill it up with purified water, and that can keep everybody hydrated for the entire time we're out. Whether it be an hour or two, we're good. Yep, and just like the water bottle, you just hang over it and then just press the right trigger. R1 on the PlayStation 4 and right trigger on the Xbox One. And we're going to do a few more plots and see if we can't get a yield off these. If my memory serves me correctly, these do flip rather quickly. Okay, so I did have pumpkin seeds. Yes. These used to be really good. I don't think they're good anymore. I mean, they're okay, but like they used to be really, really, really good. But I think one of the upsides to the pumpkins are they do create seeds, additional seeds, which is really what you're looking for. Okay, so we're going to whip out the old shovel again. That's if I had it hotkeyed. Yeah, you usually want to do this around your base or inside so people just don't plunder whatever's going on. And having a readily easy source of water to go back and replenish is ideal. Now there's more than just planting gardens here. You can definitely turn it into a trap. You can place landmines or my personal favorite, bear traps. You can do that now. You can do that 104. We're going to mix this one up. We're going to do the rest of our tomato seeds. Then we're going to do our pumpkin seeds. There they are, white seeds. The jerry can should be more than enough to get these all situated. Oh, these are a lot easier to see. There used to be a thing back in the day where if you did a lot of these, it would slow down the inventory in the local area, but it seems to be alright now. Okay, let's bust out that jerry can. Boy, jerry cans are great, but they are super heavy. This should be a tomato. Yeah, all the more reason to keep the loot that you get, right? Like the jerry can, I know some people just toss them, but whenever you can, especially if you have a vehicle, bring it back. Oh look, we already have one sprouting right here. See, they do grow fast. Now, what you can do is take plant material if it's ruined, and you can place it on top like it's compost. Or kind of like plant fertilizer. It just helps the plant grow. It's nice. Yeah, for me it's a lot like Minecraft or even like Space Engineers, where if you can create a self-sustaining ecosystem in the area of influence that you have, like your base, your house, whatever, you're so much more efficient that way. You know, in Minecraft it was like planting underground trees, making sure your crops were growing underground for me. So I look at it in the same way for this. If you can create the food inside of your walls, it's so much better. That way if you're in a huge standoff or you need food, you're not going to be in the Straits of Dire, especially if you're inland. Nice. Okay, so we do have a mixture of stick sizes. These are growing rather quickly, so we're going to do another row. We're going to do another 2 on this side. I think the pumpkins do create seed offspring. What you've seen us do in the past is when we make a garden like this, we'll stick a lot of lights on it and make it like an area for people to maybe come up and try to steal. So while they're looking through the inventory to grab more plants, we might have a tower somewhere looking on to the garden itself. Creating a funnel, creating some sort of place where we can create an opportunity for ourselves. You don't have to, but it's certainly a lot of fun. I guess we can go check the picnic table, although I don't think we've necessarily gone far enough for that to respawn. Yeah, loot cycling is definitely going to become a thing, and look at that. Look at that bad boy. And you can cook these. You do get more nutrition off of cooked vegetables, meat, that sort of thing. And who knows, depending on what you're doing with it, it can become a trade commodity too. Although I think really for it to have like a lot of long-term value, they're going to have to adjust the timers on these. They're a bit quick. They're a little on the quick side, yeah? Hoping we can get a batch before we have to step away here. It's getting there. I like it. Yeah, there's so many new things in DayZ 1.04 for the consoles that are just going to change everything. And I think gardening is definitely going to become more and more of a thing as the updates keep growing and expanding. And I think there's a lot of use to them even now in 102, but even more so in 104. Those tomatoes. If you have people at the base doing sorting and whatnot, it's not a bad idea to have a garden close by where they can just look or tend to it when they need to, just to keep things going. Because honestly, when we have groups of like 8 or 9 people, feeding them is an issue. Did we get more seeds? Yeah, we did. Packed peppers. Yeah, boy. Oh, no kidding. I did not know you could get small stones on this path. No joke. If you unpack them, it's still 1 for 1. Honestly, they're a lot like bullets. Once you open them up, or I should say magazines maybe, you can condense them because you can see the full stack for seeds are 20. I'm hoping we can get plant material off these and then show you how to use those as well. Jerry can, where you at in my life? You can also garden with a pickaxe as well, so it's another good reason to pick it up. Get it? Oh yes. I'm gonna try to harvest one of these and see if we can't get it to do its thing. Green peppers. I honestly can't remember which ones do the offspring. Yeah, the jerry can's not in halfway down. We've done almost 4 complete plots. Almost. More like 3 and change. And I think we filled up the car's radiator with this water too. Gardenias. There we go. I know I missed one. The zucchinis tend to be pretty good in this patch. Look at that, so good. Alright, let's try to harvest some of these. See if we can't get it to do that thing. Ugh, wrong one. There we go. Oh, pumpkins are ready. Look at that. Just off a couple seeds, this thing's growing stupid quick. I want to set the tomatoes to the harvesty thing. There we go, plant material. Excellent. Now we have a ton of tomatoes. Another reason why craftable wooden crates are definitely useful. See, we just have plant fertilizer or plant material, and now we just place it along the base of plants we just did up. Can I do it more than once? I didn't think so. Now it looks like you have bark. Or what is that stuff called? Wood chips. Oh, you can do quite a few plants with that. No joke. And this should do food and a little bit of hydration as well. So having those craftable wooden crates in the area and then placing these down there, or cooking them and then placing them in those wooden crates, makes a ton of sense in DayZ 1.04, baby. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's so hard to tell with this status indicator, but definitely worth it. Definitely. I was hoping to get seeds, but I don't think we do. Not on tomatoes. Another reason why DayZ 1.04 is going to be so good, and I can't wait for it to come to console. It's going to change so many things. Gardening is definitely going to be taken to the next level with base building being what it is, and it having so much more meaning. You'll be able to protect those things a lot better. And hopefully creating more dynamic gameplay and just more interesting events and things that are going on. And what a cool way to keep track, or not keep track, but help feed your group. Wow, I cannot talk. It's been super late. So yeah, I do post daily DayZ videos in the DayZ Highlights playlist on my channel. Be sure to check that out. If you're interested, drop a subscribe and you'll get those notifications for not only those videos, but for also, I should say also, for live streams and other games that are open world survival. We are pretty heavy in the DayZ right now on the console, so we do bounce over to PC when there's a big update and we're waiting for it. So yeah, if this is out, hopefully you guys can pop over and say hi on the stream if we're online. So say what's up. Be sure to drop a like or dislike if you like this or not, and please leave feedback. And if you want to see other things, other craftable materials, or other craftable items, or even more cooking type things, let us know. We would love to dive in and find out for you. We love this stuff. Man, look at this. This thing grew like stupid quick. Now the pumpkins we can slice. I know that for a fact. Pumpkin and slice. We're getting there. It's been a minute since I've done gardening, I'll be honest. Prepare that pumpkin, baby. And other foods can be cooked. For the most part, when you're talking about cooking or preparing food, you definitely get more out of it when you do that. So it's going to be worth it. Excellent. Man, this grew so fast. Alright, we'll see y'all in the next video, and stay alive in the apocalypse. Hopefully 104 is out when this comes out. My goodness. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.